Good afternoon and welcome to the OMNI Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off the wall, off the wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss for the most part. For links to those articles, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and you, viewer, of course, are you. Today is Tears' Day, aka Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. So let's jump into the news today, shall we? I have a couple articles for y'all. Let's see here. From Oddity Central, we have teachers sound alarm on trend of students as old as 11 still wearing diapers. Wow. So not only are kids now so confused about the bathrooms, which they can use, that now they just go to the bathroom in their pants. Well, I guess this is the way society is heading. Teachers in Switzerland recently reported a worrying number of students, some as old as 11, still coming to school in diapers because they never learned how to use the toilet. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. How have you not been potty trained by 11? Really? Well, I guess they identify as cats. That's why they have litter boxes in school bathrooms now. Literally, look it up. That's a thing. In Switzerland, some children begin school at the age of 4, so it is not uncommon for them to still be wearing diapers. However, they are not the problem that many teachers in the European country are reportedly facing these days. According to multiple sources, students as old as 11 years old are coming to school in diapers, and teachers are expected to clean and change them if necessary. What? Wow. That's whoa. No. What? Apparently, the problem has become so widespread that one headmaster in Aragao is organizing events to inform parents that children have to be dry when they return to school after the summer holiday, while another school is putting out flyers to inform parents that teachers are not responsible for changing school children's diapers. What the hell? What? Okay, what the... Okay, I gotta send that to Alice right now. I can't comprehend this. Definitely we're going to be talking about this in the Peanut. Alright, so for further reading on this article, please go to the underbar in the description below for links to this and all future articles for today's show. They put in the work into making these. I just read a couple paragraphs to get you a little bit intrigued about them and hopefully tempt you to go give them the foot traffic because they put in the work, and this is a really interesting read here. Anyway, moving on up. The Speed Project, the world's most mysterious ultramarathon. What? The Speed Project is a relay-style ultramarathon unlike any other. It is an unofficial race for which runners have to receive an invitation, and it has but one rule: no running on freeways. Okay. You probably never heard of it, but within the ultramarathon community, participating in the Speed Project is somewhat of a holy grail. Running across the Death Valley from the Santa Monica Pier all the way to the Las Vegas welcome sign is a 340-mile ultramarathon with no rules and no set course, has been proven unusually appealing to runners looking for something new and exciting. It has been called the running world's equivalent of Fight Club because of the secrecy and mystery surrounding it, but it was precisely these characteristics that have massively boosted its popularity in recent years. However, despite big brands' desire to be associated with the Speed Project, it remains exclusive to participants selected by the Ultramarathon's founders. Alright. So, cool. And since we know the parameters, at least start to finish, and, the rules, which is no freeways, I guess anybody can be part of this Speed Project. I don't need your unofficial officialness to officiate what I do. Speed Project up and up on your ivory towers, looking down at me with your sneakers. So, anyway, moving on up from UPI, LSU fans order 21,435 Jell-O shots to break College World Series record. That's a lot of Jell-O shots, and I'm not a supporter of Jell-O because of Monsanto and GMOs and all that stuff, but this is still pretty amazing here. Louisiana State University fans broke a record in an unusual College World Series tradition by ordering and downing more than 21,000 Jell-O shots from an Omaha pizzeria. Kevin Coljat, owner of Rocco's Pizza and Cantina in Omaha, I think Nebraska maybe, or actually no, Louisiana, okay, said he started making Jell-O shots in school colors during the 2016 College World Series, and the Jell-O Shot Challenge has since become an annual tradition for fans to show support for their favorite schools. The University of Mississippi set a record for the challenge in 2022, with Ole Miss supporters ordering 18,777 Jell-O shots during the 10-day tournament. LSU, making its first College World Series appearance since 2017, blew past that total Monday when the number of Jell-O shots ordered reached 21,435. All right. That's a lot of shots. Shots, everybody! More from UPI. Soccer game in Ireland interrupted by flag-stealing toddler. Huh. A women's soccer game in Ireland was briefly interrupted when a toddler in attendance ran off with a corner flag. The game between the Cork City women and Dublin's DLR Waves in Fermoy was stopped around the 44th minute when a curious toddler pulled up a corner flag and ran off. And they even have a video here, so... Oh, I see him. Yeah. Huh. But they had to stop the game for that? Okay. Well, where are your parents? Why is nobody, doing anything about this? They're just standing and watching him. Ridiculous. Very bad parenting right there. That kid's parents should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for letting this happen. Absolutely ashamed. Anyway, moving on up from UPI as well, Ohio woman refuses to remove 9.5-foot werewolf from her yard. And I saw this before the show, and she has the whole thing. It's like it's on a platform. She bought it from like a hardware store, but it's on a platform, and everything's like nailed in, with stakes, like how you would stake down for a tent. And there's ropes behind it, so it is fastened in there. It says here, an Ohio woman said that she has no plans to remove a nearly 10-foot tall werewolf statue from her yard, despite a warning from the city. Mary Simmons of Dayton said she bought this 9.5-foot werewolf as a Halloween decoration last October and soon decided to leave it up all year. So it says, quote, "He's kind of become my house mascot," Simmons told WKEF-TV. "I kind of took it as a security thing. Who wants to break into a house with a 9.5-foot werewolf sitting outside of it? I know I wouldn't," end quote. Well, I mean, if anything, somebody would actually come and steal it. I know I would. I love a werewolf statue outside of my house. That's really cool. So, but yeah, I don't know what the city has against this. Let people express themselves. I mean, it's not causing any real hazards. I mean, I guess for driving's sake, people are just driving and it's the middle of what is it? It's June. Yeah, and then they look around, they see that it can probably cause an auto accident, but I don't know. I can see the points on both sides, so this is a difficult thing to judge on. But anyway, let's move on up here. More from UPI. Student stands nearly 16 miles in a conga line to break world record. All right. A team of Connecticut high schoolers danced for nearly 16 miles in a conga line to break a world record and raise money for an adult daycare center. Okay. The Conga for All event, organized by Greenwich High School junior Omar Galal, saw Galal lead a conga line for 64 laps around the track at the school's Cardinal Stadium. The students danced for nearly 16 miles to break the Guinness World Record for longest distance danced in a conga line, which was set at 15.53 miles by a group of dancers in the Netherlands in February of 2020. Oh, cool. There's only a couple more to this article. The Greenwich attempt is now being submitted to GWR for official recognition, Guinness World Records, of course. The event raised $8,500 for a River House Adult Daycare Center by the end of the 64th lap, with fundraising efforts still ongoing. Well, all right, that's cool. I don't know what's an adult daycare center. Is that like a retirement center? Or is this people who are just inept, who are like my age, who want to be lazy? I don't know. Anyway, from Associated Press News, auto shop owner who paid worker in 91,500 oily pennies ordered to pay nearly $40,000 more. Okay, let's look into this here. The owner of an auto repair shop who paid a former employee with 91,500 oily pennies has been ordered by a judge to pay nearly 4 million more cents. Wow. A federal judge ruled that Miles Walker, who owns a OK Walker Auto Works in Peachtree, Georgia, owes $39,934 to 9 workers for unpaid overtime and damages. Attorneys for Walker agreed to the payments to settle a civil lawsuit brought by the U.S. Labor Department that accused Walker of retaliating against former employee Andrews Flatton in 2021. Why couldn't I read retaliating? After Felton filed a complaint with the agency saying Walker owed him a final $950 paycheck, the employer dumped that amount in oil-covered pennies in Flatton's driveway. The mountain of loose change came with a pay stub signed with an expletive. The Labor Department said further investigation found that Walker's business had also violated overtime provisions of the Federal Fair Standards and Labor Act. Wow, so this guy's a sleazeball. Wow, what an absolute piece of garbage. So I hope he gets some jail time for this. And I hope his business gets shut down and his rights to own and operate a business gets revoked. This guy, he's done. What an absolute asshole. Moving on from AP News as well. Blood red crickets invade Nevada town. Residents fight back with brooms, leaf blowers, and snowplows. Dana Dolan was driving through her small Nevada hometown when she thought she had come upon a gory crash. The ground surrounding Elko's stretch of Interstate 80 looked as if it had been covered in blood. As the red color shifted and moved, she realized instead it was an infiltration of crickets, some bigger than her thumb. Tens of thousands of Mormon cricket eggs buried about an inch deep in the soil began to hatch in late May and early June. For weeks, the red critters have been invading swaths of northern Nevada and causing chaos, said the state's longtime entomologist, Jeff Knight. Huh. Well, all right then. There's a plague of crickets happening in Nevada, so watch out. Going from Nevada to Florida. Florida deputy and motorist survived being swept through storm drain amid huge rainstorm. Video failed to load. All right, well then let's reload the page here. Or is the video gone? What happened to the video? What the hell? Okay, the video's gone. Okay, that's weird. A Florida sheriff's deputy and motorist are lucky to be alive after they were sucked into a flooded storm drain during a torrential downpour, then dragged underwater for around 30 seconds before emerging, soaked but unharmed, on the other side of a highway. Wow. Deputy William Hollingworth was helping stranded drivers amid the rapidly rising water early Friday when he saw the motorist disappear beneath the surface. Hollingsworth, quote, rushed to his aid without regard to his own safety, end quote, as Covada County Sheriff Chip Simmons told reporters. The pair traveled nearly 100 feet or 30 meters under 4 lanes of Highway 98. The episode was recorded by the deputy's body camera, although the underwater portion of the video is completely dark, filled only with the muffled sounds of rushing water. That is terrifying. That is, woof, yikes. And then another from AP News. A Velociraptor statue heist ends with 3 arrests in South Dakota. Alright. Police have hunted down a Velociraptor that was stolen from outside a South Dakota Arts and Science Center. Sioux Falls Police Sergeant Aaron Benson said Friday that a security officer spotted 3 people carrying the statue away from the Washington Pavilion and called police just after midnight. Surveillance video then helped officers track the statue to a nearby apartment, the Argus Leader reports. Quote, when opening the door, detectives could clearly see the Velociraptor was sitting right inside, end quote, Benson said. Wow. Alright, well, you know, I'm trying to remember what it was I said earlier, like me stealing something. Like, I would totally steal a Velociraptor statue, but I didn't. Somebody else did it for me. Cool. Anyway, moving on up. From Ripley's, the weirdest water stories of 2023 so far. So Dr. Deep submerges for 1/3 of the year. Yeah, I remember covering that a couple of times. Whale watchers get a killer surprise. Yeah, I remember covering that too. Surfers conquer the world's longest lasting waves. Covered that. I don't remember this fish of a tale. 9-foot monster catfish. Whoa! I don't remember covering that. But 3 out of 4. Pretty good. But yeah, that shall be it for the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 p.m. Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 Eastern, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander, and you are you. And until you catch us next Friday, or if you're interested in a history show, we have a history show every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time. Anyway, until you see us again, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!